Welcome to the Alaska Airlines Arena in Seattle, Washington for our live ESPN Plus coverage of the 2022 NCAA Gymnastics Regional Finals from Seattle. Quick reminder how the regional format works. 36 teams make it into the postseason in 4 different sites. The first round took place on Wednesday. Second round was Thursday in 2 quad meets, and we're set now for the 4th and final regional final of them all, because the other 3 have taken place in earlier time zones today. Here are the championship brackets from regional here in Seattle. Alabama, Michigan State, Utah, and Stanford had qualified here on the 3rd round of competition in the championship. Tonight we'll see those 4 teams competing. Only 2 of them will advance to the national championship. And they will be joined by 6 other teams who have already punched their ticket. So Oklahoma and Minnesota are already in, and Florida, Missouri, Auburn, and Michigan as well. The final 2 teams to make it to the national championship will be determined in the next 2 hours here in Seattle. Hi, everybody. I'm Mark Connor, along with my fellow Olympic medalist, Kathy Johnson-Clark. Kathy, we've seen plenty of drama here, with most of the teams here in Seattle already putting up season-high performance. Great gymnastics all around, hasn't it been?
My gut tells me we are in for a magical night in this regional final. Of the top 2 seeded teams, Alabama had the calmest, most confident meet qualifying into this round. Utah needs to be better on their first 2 events. And then the other 2 teams, wow, what can I say? But Alabama and Utah both have to deal with absences in their lineup. Luisa Blanco, their great all-arounder for Alabama, is only going to compete in 1 event tonight on the uneven bar. She had an injury at the SEC Championships. And then Utah, Abby Paulson, ended up with a back nerve issue, so she will only be in 1 event, but it's wonderful to see her in the floor exercise lineup.
All right, 4 great teams all going head-to-head. It's a 4-box competition, which means all 4 teams going simultaneously. In your upper left corner, it is Alabama on the vault, and they will be led by, on your upper left corner, yes, Alabama on the vault, and that is Emily Gaskins.
Starting with a Yurchenko full 995 start value and a big, beautiful, that was gorgeous amplitude. And the stuck landing, wow.
On the bars in your upper right is Gabrielle Stephen from Michigan State. On the lower left for Stanford is Ana Paula Gutierrez on beam. And on the bottom right is Abby Paulson, who, as you mentioned at the top of the show, had been dealing with a back nerve issue. They pulled her out of the lineup yesterday for Utah, but she's in there today in the leadoff spot.
Well, she opened with a gorgeous 2.5 twist, no problem on that landing. And look at the stick by Stanford on their opening routine. Stanford started on the balance beam in their previous 2 meets in round 1 and round 2. They are the Cinderella team here, and they're off to a great start.
Alabama got off to a great start as well. Emily Gaskins led them off with a 9-9 for the Crimson Tide on vault. Up in your left corner, Kaylee Quinn will be next to go for Alabama.
And Kaylee will be doing a 1.5 twist, 10-0 start value for Alabama on vault.
Nice!
And another stick on vault. Holy cow. Wow, what a job by Abby Paulson on floor exercise for Utah.
They weren't sure she was going to compete after the nerve issue, and they got her some treatment and physical therapy over the last couple of days, and good for her. Normally a 3-event competitor for Utah. Looks like she'll only be in that 1 event tonight, but she did her job. Lauren Navarro set to go now for Stanford on the beam after Gutierrez led them off.
Love that jump to split mount. Lauren has a triple series in her beam routine. Stanford was so secure on this event. Look at the gorgeous work up there in your top right on bars. And a big break into a fall for Stanford on beam.
In the upper right, that's Tori Loomis for Michigan State on bars after Gabrielle Stevens led them off. Steven with a 9.825.
A well-performed bar routine here.
Shallon
and
Olsen
a stick on the
left.
landing. And there's the double twist vault by Shallon Olsen for Alabama. Hop back on that very difficult vault.
Kathy, we talked about the quality of gymnastics, and we're seeing it all in this quad box, all 4 events going simultaneously. Abby Paulson in the bottom right got a 9.9 to lead off Utah on one of their best events. This is Jaylene Gilstrap.
Jaylene Gilstrap will open with a double tuck here. Good control on the landing.
Leah Mitchell in the upper right now for Michigan State as Lexi Graber gets set to go for Alabama on the vault in your upper left corner.
So far on floor, beautiful amplitude and control on the passes. Lexi Graber in your top left. This is a 1.5 twist for Alabama. Big hop on the landing, but great amplitude and technique on the vault. Double layout on the bars and fought hard to keep those feet glued to the mat. They were probably a little bit of a scooch back, but a very minor deduction there.
Michigan State having the best year in their program history, currently ranked 12th as a team. They were second in the Big Ten championships, their best finish since 2006 this year. Mike Rowe is really proud of his team's effort this year.
A beautiful floor routine there for Utah and Jaylene Gilstrap.
In the upper left, it'll be Jordan Paradise next to go for Alabama. The high score for them over there so far is Kaylee Quinn's 9.85. Brennan Nault for Stanford on beam now.
Jordan Paradise on vault for Alabama. Another 1.5 twist. Couldn't quite control that landing, so right off the bat we saw a lot of stuck landings from Alabama on vault. The last few have had hops.
Remember, in gymnastics competition, 6 athletes compete for each team. You count just the best 5 scores on each event. So Lauren Navarro for Stanford had only a 9.05. That means Stanford has to hit the next 4 beam routines here in this opening rotation.
Beautiful bar routine there, just the hop on the landing, but the form and execution and amplitude, very good.
That was Jory Jackert from Michigan State on bars. Final vaulter in your upper left is Lily Hudson for Alabama, the all-arounder.
She does a 1.5, and they put an exclamation mark on rotation 1 with a stuck landing.
In your bottom right on floor is Jaden Rucker for Utah. 2 straight 9.9s for the Red Rocks here in the first rotation on floor.
Nice amplitude on those leaps, just a little bit crooked on the second leap.
Skyla Schulte getting set to go on the bars now for Michigan State, the superstar freshman.
Little leg separation on that Shaposhnikova. Big dismount and beautifully executed, perfectly straight body in that double layout, just the hop on the landing.
Schulte, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year, has been a jolt of energy to Michigan State and the work they've done this year. Your bottom left, that's Kyla Bryant from Stanford getting set to go.
Kyla Bryant has such a wonderful combination of grace, power, and difficulty on all 4 events. If she can get through this routine solid, secure, she has a huge dismount.
The top part of your screen, the final bars worker for Michigan State, Delaney Harkness.
Just a slight balance check on balance beam. She had to lift the leg. I like how Michigan State is swinging aggressively, hitting those handstand positions on bars. Fighting for every 10th and gets the landing there.
Nice.
Well done. That was huge.
Good opening rotation for Michigan State on bars. No score at a 9-9 level, but all of them in a strong 9-8s. Grace McCallum on floor exercise for Utah. 3 9-9s in a row to lead them off. That third 9-9 came for Jaden Rucker.
And a double back off beam there. Great difficulty. McCallum on floor with a full twisting double back.
Grace McCallum, of course, a member of the silver medal winning team for the U.S. at the Olympics in Tokyo. Went straight from the Olympics to the Gold Over America Tour and then straight to school. So she has not had a break in the lead up through the Olympics and all the way through the NCAA season. She has done superbly well, although she was a little bit off in the round 2 here the other day in Seattle.
Not at all off here. Great floor routine from Grace McCallum.
Was the freshman from Minnesota. Chloe Widner now for Stanford on beam. Widner had a bad ankle injury early in the season. She's back now in the lineup and contributing a great deal.
Beautiful on that first leap. Really got that back leg up high on the leap. This routine
Widner
has really nice rhythm, good basics, pretty form.
She had a 9.925 in round 2 here in Seattle on Thursday on beam.
Nice amplitude on the front aerial. So far, Stanford is doing a great job. They have that one routine with a fall they'd like to drop.
There is their head coach, Tabitha Yim, who herself was a graduate of Stanford in 2008, part of their most successful teams, and now in her 5th season leading the Cardinal. They are one of the Cinderella stories of these championships, an unranked team. They were 29th all year long. They came here unseeded and ended up making it all the way. This is their 3rd competition in 3-4 days here in Seattle.
Miley O'Keefe on floor exercise, one of the cleanest performances you'll see in college gymnastics. Beautiful footwork. excellent flexibility on these leaps, so the shapes are picture perfect.
Two-time national champion herself last year on bars and floor, Miley O'Keefe, coming after Grace McCallum, had a 9.95. So all scores for Utah on floor in this opening rotation are 9.9 and above. Very impressive.
Difficult double wolf turn, done very well.
On the left there, that's Taylor Lawson from Stanford coming after Chloe Widner scored a 9.9.
Final pass on floor, combination pass, back 1.5, front full, an upgrade. Nice job finessing that landing. Much stronger floor rotation for Utah, exactly what they wanted to do here in the finals.
Spoke to Tom Farden, there he is on the right there. I spoke with him earlier today and he said, yeah, we were just a little slow starting in the Thursday semifinals, and so you're right, Kathy, this is exactly what he was hoping, was a much better performance on floor and then vault in the first two rotations, and they're spectacular on the final two for sure.
Little balance check there for Taylor Lawson on beam.
This routine is important for Stanford. They're trying to replace that 9.05. Count just the best 5 of 6 scores.
A stuck landing for that routine. Again, they are holding it together. They're a little bit more nervous, or at least it's showing here in the final on balance beam.
Stanford's message this year was to flip the script, which they certainly have done. And today, Tabitha Yim told her team, be bold, all gas, no brakes. And so they got through beam with 5 successful performances, and we'll move on.
Well, I'm glad you set this up with no brakes, all gas, because that's what this floor routine is. You turn her on and off she goes.
Sydney Solosky, the anchor competitor for Utah on floor.
Huge energy. Wow, that is the highest double layout I think I've ever seen her do.
So far, 4 9.9s for Utah and a 9.95.
Wow, she definitely finessed that final pass. That is a pro. One pass away for an absolutely superb floor rotation for Utah. Back 1.5 to front layout. Look at the lift, the amplitude.
Oh yeah.
Such a polished performance, and I swear to gosh, she must have a battery pack somewhere, hidden somewhere in that leotard, because the energy is through the roof.
Tom Farden says she's the team defibrillator. He said whenever we need a jolt of energy, we go to Sydney Solosky, and she delivered once again the 4-time All-American graduate student from Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
That was fun.
All right, well, we all saw a terrific opening rotation. Utah already with a 45-5-5 on floor, and they have not yet calibrated in the score for Solosky. So they will have the lead. Alabama will be slightly behind them in second, followed by Michigan State and Stanford. So there it is, the score comes in for Solosky, and it's a team score of 49-6 for Utah Red Rock. Wow. And we're joined now by their head coach, Tom Farden, who told me earlier today We were hoping not to get off to a slow start. How would you calibrate this one, Tom?
You know, nice and solid. Really like the athletes focused. You know, and floor is one of those tricky events where you can come out of the gates and have a little too much adrenaline, and we thought they were very composed.
So you go to vault now. What are you telling your athletes? Because you want that adrenaline on vault, and yet you want those stuck landings.
Yeah, I mean, it's a delicate balance of finding both. So, you know, they just got to let the gymnastics happen in the decisive moment.
All right, we'll keep up the great work.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Go Utes.
All right, a great opening rotation here. Utah with a 49.6, Alabama a 49.5. Michigan State and Stanford third and fourth after the first of 4 rotations.
Alabama is on bars. Michigan State is on beam. And Stanford is on floor.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
You may now begin your 4-minute touch warm-up.
Welcome back to Seattle. Bart Conner along with Kathy Johnson-Clark. First of 4 rotations complete here in this final regional final. Quick reminder on the teams that have already advanced from earlier competitions today. Florida, Missouri, Auburn, and Michigan, Oklahoma, and Minnesota. The 6 teams already punched their tickets. A big highlight for Florida with a score of 198.775. That's the 3rd highest score in NCAA history, the highest score in postseason ever. Florida, with their dream team this year, looks poised to win another national championship. But it won't be easy because all of these teams are extremely close. Hi, everybody. Bart Conner along with Kathy Johnson-Clark. And Kathy, we saw some great performances in this opening rotation, particularly from Utah on the floor. Tom Farden got what he needed out of his team.
Absolutely. He said they needed to be better, and they did not score lower than 9-9. And besides that, their performances were they were lit up on the floor exercise. Alabama on vault. 3 of their 6 vaults perfectly stuck and tied their season high score. So it's like Utah and Alabama got the memo. You needed to step up and be huge, and so far that's what we're seeing.
All right, let's take a look at some highlights from rotation 1. Grace McCallum, we weren't sure how much she was going to be able to do today, and she delivered a 9.95 on floor.
Did exactly what she hoped to do, controlled those landings, showed off this routine, and then Sydney Solosky just lit up the arena with high-flying tumbling. Very perfected, polished dance. And Kaylee Quinn started them off with a perfectly stuck 1.5. She was the second to go, and the second stuck landing. And Lily Hudson with a very difficult 1.5 twist and perfect landing. Michigan State really attacked the uneven bars, aggressively hitting all their handstands and coming up with a few sticks of their own. And Stanford, for the 3rd meet in a row this weekend, counted 5 really good scores, helped manage the pressure of balance beam.
So the final touch warm-up here before we get set for rotation number 2. In this rotation, Utah will be on the vault, Alabama on the bars, Michigan State on the beam, and Stanford on the floor. And look at their rankings. These are events where all of these teams excel. Utah is 5th in the country on vault, Alabama 3rd in the country on bars. One of the best events for Michigan State is beam, and they're 10th there. And Stanford's highest ranking event is 17th on floor. So this should be a terrific rotation. In your upper left, it'll be Utah on the vault, and Miley O'Keefe will lead them off. In your upper right, on the bars, it's Alabama, and that'll be Maddie Wellagora. In your lower left, it'll be Michigan State on the beam, and that'll be Alyssa Wiedemann. And Stanford is opening up on floor on your bottom right box, and that is Brenna Nault.
Miley O'Keefe down the runway, opens with a full twisting Yurchenko and a really controlled landing. Maddie Wellagora on the uneven bars. She has a huge dismount, very difficult at the end of this routine. She wants to be clean and precise all the way to the very end. Here it comes, double layout with a full twist. It is huge, just a slight hop forward, but more difficult than any vault any dismount on bars you'll see. Oh, and a bad fall on balance beam. It's not just the fall and the loss of 0.5 of a point there. She really hit hard on the side of her leg. We've all been there, and she'll regroup and finish. Strong opening routine for Stanford on floor exercise. Lucy Stanhope on vault.
Miley O'Keefe led them off with a 9.875 for the Red Rocks.
This is a 1.5 twist. Oh, big step on the landing. That'll be a sizable deduction.
On the upper right on the bars, Lily Hudson for Alabama after Maddie Wellagora got a 9.85.
Might have been a tiny bit shy of that last handstand, a little too far over on the full pirouette, but boy, she finished off with a stick. Well done.
Not what Michigan State wanted in that leadoff performance. Normally very consistent, Alyssa Wiedemann. So that puts a little extra pressure on the 5 remaining beam workers for the Spartans.
So far, we have seen both Michigan State and Stanford show the ability to rise above that pressure and manage it so well. They just need to get it back on track with this next routine.
Upper left corner on vault for Utah is Jaden Rucker. Lucy Stanhope a 9.8 before her.
Big 1.5 twist here. Oh, almost was able to get that landing. Just absorbed the landing almost a little too much and had to take the step forward.
On floor in the bottom right is Ana Paula Gutierrez after Brennan Ault had a 9.7. And that's Shania Adams on bars for Alabama in the upper right after Lily Hudson had a 9.9.
Shania is one of their best bar performers. Such beautiful technique, excellent form, effortless cast to handstands, just excellent technique. Big double tackle, slightly over-rotated, so had to take the step back.
In the upper left there on vault after Jaden Rucker scored a 9.9. This will be Lexi Birch for Utah. On the beam in your bottom right, bottom left is Gianna Khalifi, second up for Michigan State.
Lexi Birch with a 1.5. Perfectly stuck landing, not quite as big in the air as some of the 1.5s we've seen, but gave away nothing on that landing. Strong finish on floor and very solid here on the balance beam.
In the upper right on the bars now for Alabama is Cam Machado.
She'll open with a Maloney. Little leg separation there to a Pax Salto. Her ankles come a little bit apart on both those elements. Very minor deductions. Nice Van Leeuwen up to the high bar. Toe full, little pass vertical, and a tuck double back slightly under rotated and had to hop forward.
Alabama
really
ranked 5th in
strong
the country
balance
on
beam
bars.
routine.
Yes, Michigan State needed that. Khalifi delivered. On the vault now for Utah, Grace McCallum.
Half on, front half off. Wow, what a solid landing. Very controlled. Nice to see her get her chest up on that landing. Had a little bit of trouble in the warm-ups, but like the true veteran and competitor she is, really came up when it counted.
He's coming after Lexi Birch scored the second straight 9.9 in a row for Utah on vault. In your upper right is Makari Doggett getting set to go for Alabama. We watched her limp off yesterday after her landing. She's been dealing with an ankle injury for the late part of the season. And this is Madison Burnett on floor for Stanford in your bottom right.
Makari's limited to just bars because of that ankle, and they really need her here. She's an important part of this lineup, so kudos to her for being so tough. The swing part is easy, the releases effortless. She just needs to be able to hold on to this landing on that ankle.
Nice.
And look at that.
Oh
wow.
My. Upper left is Cami Hall for Utah on vault.
I think it erased all the pain when you stick like that. And a good 1.5 twist on vault for Utah. That was Cami Hall. Very cool move there on balance beam, front aerial to 2 feet.
Gabrielle Stevens. The lower left for Michigan State on beam.
handspring layout, step out, beautifully straight legs throughout.
Final bar competitor for Alabama in the top box there is Luisa Blanco. Makari Doggett got a 9.95. Yesterday we saw Makari sort of crawl back into the corral with her teammates after stinging her ankle. So the final two bar workers for Alabama both dealing with sore ankles. And see if Luisa Blanco, who sprained her ankle 2 weeks ago at the SEC Championships, can come up with a good routine here. This is the only event last year's SEC Gymnast of the Year is competing for the Crimson Tide in this final.
And she can strive for perfection. Watch how she glues those legs together, points those toes, extends that swing at the end of that long hang kip. Beautifully done. Half in, half out here with beautiful form. Not quite a stuck landing, but a good safe landing for her to not come in short. Morgan Wong on floor for Stanford. Skyla Schulte getting ready for balance beam for Michigan State. She's following a great routine. Double it on floor. Wonderful control. Like Skyla Schulte's down on the beam choreography. Series, back handspring, layout, step out. Solid, just a slight lean. Strong routine for Stanford on floor exercise. Side aerial to full and a stuck landing. The last two beam routines have been excellent.
Michigan State, a very experienced team. They have 4 seniors and 1 graduate student, and they combine 5 freshmen, and a lot of their scoring routines come from those bookends, seniors and freshmen. Mike Rowe in his 5th season at Michigan State, the Big Ten Coach of the Year. They're having the best year in program history, currently ranked 12th in the country, the top 10 on beam. Nicole Curler-Jones in her 5th season as an assistant coach, along with Whitney Snowden in her 3rd season, have really helped elevate this program. It's the first time they've been in the NCAA Regional since 2016.
And Alex, we saw Alex Pinchuk, the assistant coach for Stanford, talking to Taylor Lawson before she started this floor routine. She also has had a tremendous impact on this Stanford team. Beautiful first pass. Look at that difficulty. 1.5 twist to a perfectly stuck double back. Leah Mitchell on beam. Going into her triple series. 2 back handsprings, layout, step out. Beautiful lift and amplitude.
She's coming after Skyla Schulte, had their high score over there, 9.925. Remember, they're trying to replace the 9.2 in the leadoff spot. So they need 2 more hit routines on beam for Michigan State from Mitchell here, and then Bailey Garcia to wrap it up.
Front front aerial, just a little off balance there. Another big tumbling run, pike double back this time. Oh, that's a good one. And a round off 1.5 twist, held on to the stick.
Mitchell had a 9-7 yesterday, probably a little bit higher score today. Clean performance there for Michigan State. There is Mike Rowe, head coach. Second in the Big Ten this year, their best finish ever in the Big Ten since 2006. Kathy, he's like a lot of head coaches. When beam is going on, if it's a male head coach, they kind of like retreat back to the back row, don't they? I don't think men can handle
Jeff
it.
Reba at Auburn when he was hiding behind the fern. But in all seriousness, I think they're just giving them their space. I don't think it's anything but that, and just letting the beam team do what they know how to do.
Most male head coaches, when beam takes place, they're like, I'm going to step out of the way and leave this to people who have actually done this event. All right, on the floor now, anchor competitor for Stanford, Kyla Bryant, after Taylor Lawson had their high score 9-9 over there.
And this floor routine is a treat. Nobody loves performing more than Kyla Bryant. Big full in here. Whoa, that is high and controlled. Bailey Garcia, very, very solid on beam. Beautiful execution on those leaps and jumps. Perfect 180 split. Run through the pike double back. Very difficult. Her chest was a little bit forward on that landing. She did finesse it, but it was stepping forward. Super amplitude on those leaps. Fantastic double back. I'm in awe of the speed she brings in that run into her tumbling and then converts it to incredible amplitude.
Kyla Bryant, the graduate student at Stanford. They have a very senior team, 8 seniors and graduate students competing for the Cardinal. And they had their best competition season finish in a long time, ranked 29th this year, and they find themselves in the top 16 teams making it to the regional finals.
This concludes our secondary location.
It all came together superbly for Stanford in the semifinal, round 2 here on Thursday. By far their best meet of the year by over ½ a point in terms of scoring. And we're now joined by their head coach, Tabitha Yim, in her 5th season there at Stanford. I'm Bart Connor, along with Kathy Johnson-Clark. And Tabitha, you know, your whole motto this year was to flip the script. You were lights out on Thursday. Tell us about your team performance so far today's competition.
You know, I think they've been really gritty out there, and they're having so much fun, and that's really been everything that we've asked of them, is to come out here, be bold, give it everything that they have, and enjoy every single second that they have on the floor and with each other as a team. So I'm super proud of them.
So now you head to vault, and yes, the last round 2, you were pretty darn good on those landings. What's the last-minute notes to your team?
We want to carry around that stick that you see us having. So I'm hoping that everyone gets to touch that stick on this vault rotation and this bar rotation. That'd be a fantastic way to end this meet.
Well, I've heard that stick is magic, so
I hope so, Kathy. I hope so.
All right, good luck in the next rotation.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we have a good one here. Utah and Alabama separated by just 1/10 of a point. Which 2 teams will advance and be the final 2 into the NCAA championships? It's going to be determined tonight.
And Michigan State is on the floor exercise.
The NCAA expresses our gratitude to our corporate champions and partners. Without their support, these great championship moments and opportunities are not possible for our student athletes. The NCAA's commitment to the highest levels of fairness and well-being, along with the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build a championship culture. With their generosity, our corporate partners make it possible to celebrate champions. Thank you. You tell your crew, I'll tell my crew, we party all night. Oh no, they back again, hopping out of minivans with a couple of their friends, still rocking hammer bands. I can do the hammer dance, just give me room now. I'm singing in Spanish, girls think I'm in Menudo. I'm drinking Malta in the back, and my shirt is mustard. Politicking on the patio, my shirt a button. We too busy having fun, and you busy doing that. You tell your crew, I'll tell my crew, we party all night. You ain't got enough time to have a good time. I'm hoping a good time on me. We'll have a party. We don't need nobody. Turn your TV off. Take that film outside. We'll
Your next, you may now begin your 4 minutes of catch work.
Welcome back inside the Alaska Airlines Arena here in Seattle. We're getting set for the 3rd and rotation out of 4 here in the final NCAA regional final. Utah and Alabama currently in the lead, but Kathy, all 4 teams separated by just 3/10 of a point. We expected that this would be dramatic, and we're getting that.
Absolutely. If we've learned anything this regional weekend, we know that all bets are off and everybody is stepping up to a level we have not seen yet this season.
Let's take a look at some highlights from that previous rotation.
They were exciting. Alexia Birch coming up with the stick on her 1.5 twist for Utah. And Grace McCallum, a unique vault half on front with a half. Really good control on that landing as well. And Alabama swinging to huge scores on the uneven bars, impressing the judges, hitting those handstands. And the all-important sticks on the landing. Makarih Doggett being as tough as nails. She's had an ankle injury all season, but watch this landing. She nailed it. And Stanford continuing on this incredible ride they're having at the regionals. Performance after performance. So exciting. And Michigan State had a fall in their first routine up, but then every single gymnast, including Bailey Garcia at the very end, showed off near perfection to close a great rotation.
Gritty performances for all 4 teams. Here is, at the halfway point, the meet summary. Utah led by 1/10 after the first rotation. They continue to lead by just 1/10 at the halfway point. And there are some highlights. O'Keefe's 9.875 on vault. Doggett's 9.95 on that sprained ankle. What a landing there on the bars. Now there's Grace McCollum. She's in the lineup here for Utah in this next rotation. And yesterday, the Olympian had a very uncharacteristic mistake on Thursday.
Absolutely, and it's just from aggressive swing. She went to put her feet on the bar, was slightly out of position in that handstand, and just centrifugal force pulled those feet off of the bar. I don't expect to see that again. Her bar technique is extraordinary, so she's got this.
Oh, she does, certainly. 2-time gold medalist with the U.S. women's team as well in World Championship competition. All right, so in this rotation, in the upper left, you have Stanford on the vault. Jade Krobach will be their leader. In the upper right on bars is Utah. Amelie Morgan, the British Olympian, set to go for the Red Rocks. In the lower left, it's beam, and that's Ella Burgess for Alabama. And in your lower right, that's Michigan State. Sydney Ewing will lead them off.
And Ella Burgess on beam puts on a show as the lead-off performer for them. Nice full pirouette there on bars, and a stuck landing to begin for Utah. Really solid, very secure, and confident work on balance beam. Nice work on the leap series on beam. Good start for Bama on beam. Exactly what they needed.
Lauren Navarro now for Stanford on the vault after Jade Krobach had a 9.775.
Another Yurchenko full for standard. Big hop on the landing. They have not quite tapped into that stick magic yet.
Hit routine for Michigan State on the floor from Sydney Ewing.
Grace McCallum on uneven bars. Into the pack salto so far. Beautiful work. Here's that skill. No problem here. Gorgeous on the Van Leeuwen. Perfect handstand right on top of the bar. And the dismount full twisting double back.
Oh, yeah.
And holds on to the stick. Fantastic comeback from round 2. Well done.
We had a perfect 10 in the regular season on bars.
And this routine was equally good, I will say that. Shalyn Olsen down on left corner, bottom corner, on balance beam. She was a 9.95 on this event in round 2.
And guess what? Ella Burgess led off Alabama with a 9.95 as well. That's amazing start for the Crimson Tide. That was Ana Paula Gutierrez on vault for Stanford in the upper left. And in your upper right, it'll be Lexi Birch set to go now for Utah on the bars. Grace McCallum has a 9.95. What a comeback from a 9.4 yesterday.
Cast hop into the straddle Jaeger. Oh, good bail handstand over there on bars. Dismount double layout and holds on to that landing.
The bottom right, that's Nia Smith on floor after Sydney Ewing led them off with a 9.875.
Here's the most difficult dismount in college gymnastics on beam. 2 back handsprings here, Angel Pike double back, and a stick. She is uncanny with
2
her
days in a
ability
row,
to
she
stick that
drilled
dismount.
Fantastic. That was Brenna Nault from Stanford on vault. In the upper left, it'll be Madison Brunette next.
Whoa, look at the height on that Pike double back on floor.
In your upper right there on bars now after Lexi Birch scored a 9.9. It's Sage Thompson for Utah.
Starts with a pack salto down to low bar. And watch this next combination. Maloney swings back and does a ginger between the bars. It almost looked like her feet hit the bar, but I can't tell.
Madison Burnett on vault.
Nice job on the landing. A little bit of an arm swing. I think I was just hearing the sound of the bars, not actually her foot hitting it.
There's Madison Burnett on vault for Stanford.
Lexi Graber on beam.
Jellen Olsen at a 9.925 in the second spot.
Watch this back handspring, back pike. So solid. So far, Alabama is putting on another master clinic. If there's any pressure they feel, you do not see 1 ounce of it in their performance. Boy, that was a big vault up in the top left. Huge height and distance from the table.
Kyla Bryant for Stanford. On the floor in the bottom right, Leah Mitchell. Michigan State, Nia Smith before her, a 9.9.
Front toss to that arabesque. Right into the dismount, gainer full. Great job by Lexi Graber on beam. Giant blind. Sets up the dismount, Arabian double front. Step forward on the landing. That was Miley O'Keefe on bars for Utah.
After Sage Thompson had a 9.85. Grace McCallum still has the high score for Utah on bars with her 9.95. The bottom left corner is Shania Adams getting a few last-minute notes from head coach Dana Duckworth for Alabama.
Leah Mitchell with her final tumbling run here. Pike double back. Excellent control.
3 solid hit routines for Michigan State. Remember, all 4 teams separated by just 0.3 of a point coming into this third of 4 rotations.
Shania can show off really straight legs in her acrobatic skills, like that front aerial. And watch here on the back handspring layout step out. Perfectly straight legs all the way through the entire series.
On your upper screen, Crystal Issa, the anchor competitor for Utah. Miley O'Keefe had 9.725.
Here's a double wolf turn on balance beam. So far, very secure and good bar swinging by Crystal Issa. Double layout.
Oh, yeah.
Holds on to the stick. Wow, another great routine for Utah. Shania has
Harkness. The floor, Michigan State. Leah Mitchell, their second straight 9-9.
Fantastic routine by Shania Adams. Full twisting double back. A large lunge back and her front foot slid just a little bit. I so enjoy these floor routines by Michigan State. Alina Cartwright has choreographed to really perfectly chosen music for each gymnast. Through to double back, slightly forward, so she had to step into the lunge with a forward step, so a slight deduction there, but another just terrific performance. I love these floor routines by Michigan State.
Shania Adams for Alabama on the beam had a 9.95 career high, and this is Maddie Welagora. 4 terrific routines so far for the Crimson Tide here on beam.
Here's the acro series, back handspring layout, step out, a little bit soft in the leg forms, and of course, lifting the legs, slight balance break. Very solid on the side aerial. Split jump to tuck full. You can just see her confidence building. Had the one slight balance check and is coming back really strong. Just the 1.5 twist dismount left. Slight little micro hop there at the end.
On floor now for Michigan State, Skyla Schulte. Got 3 straight 9.9s in a row, the last one for Delaney Harkness.
Huge full in to start this routine, and then just enjoy this choreography and performance.
Anchor competitor for Alabama mounting the beam now, Lily Hudson. Welagora had just a 9.8. They have 3 scores over there, 9.9 and above.
Great finish. Wow, from the music to the choreography to the tumbling and dance, that was a great routine. Lily Hudson so clean in her form. Beautiful toe point, nice straight legs throughout, and a gorgeous beam posture. Very solid on the side aerial. Finishing off for Alabama, another fantastic beam routine. Really good rotation.
So Alabama, going back to Thursday, 24 for 24 hit routines, continue to impress. Last year's SEC champions, they finished just behind Florida at this year's SEC championship with one of the deepest teams they've had in several years. 9.95 the score for Skyla Schulte, and that brings up Ashley Hofflick.
This routine is just one big party. If she gets this landing, oh, I'm not sure if she put the heel down or not. If she did, it went out of bounds.
Out of bounds is 1/10 of a point deduction. Ashley Hofflick is a great story. She walked on and continued to work hard and earned her scholarship. And now as one of the tri-captains, also anchor competitor on floor as a senior for Michigan State.
One double back away from a great rotation for Michigan State. On floor exercises. Great job. Wow, look at the scores for Michigan State. Their low score that they'll drop is a 9.875. All the others, 9.9 or better. Nice pointed toes. Let's see, does she? I don't think she put it down. I actually don't think
amazing if she had that sort of
the heel
awareness.
Down. Wow.
That is incredible. If the heel goes over the line, it's fine. It just can't touch down outside of the line. Impressive awareness for the young lady who anchored Michigan State's floor team, Ashley Hofflick. A 9.9 for her. So 4 9.9s for Michigan State and a 9.95 in that last rotation. Spectacular here in the third rotation for Michigan State. And their head coach is with us right now, Mike Rowe. Mike, how do you explain those incredible floor routines? That was fun to watch.
Yeah, fun for me too. You know, we anticipate it. We hope it happens. We hope it plays out. And yeah, it helps us every time. So moving on, we'll see what happens. We're really, really happy with where we are right now, but still think we can make up some of the lost tenths along the way.
Okay, before I ask about vault, do you have as much fun when you watch on beam? We got to know the truth.
I get a little sweaty during beam, but I'm not going to lie.
I thought so.
But they
We
look
saw
great
you
today.
retreat to the back row, I got to admit.
I stay in the back and not to make anybody nervous.
That's
How do you
okay.
characterize this season that you've had? I mean, it's really one of your best seasons in program history. This has to be really gratifying for you, Mike.
It's been amazing. It's been an amazing ride. These kids have been hungry, you know, day in, day out, every weekend, every meet. Just trying to do better, wanting to show everybody that we're better than everybody thinks we are. And this program is up and coming, and we're going to be better next year.
I think you've grown your fan base. Yes.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Keep up the good work, Mike.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, so when we come back, we'll get ready for the fourth and final rotation. Alabama has moved into the lead. It's a close one with Utah in second. Which two teams will advance, be the final two teams in the national championship? We'll know after the next rotation.
A universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Alright, fans, it's time for the Fox Cam. Let's see those muscles. Come on. You may now begin your 4-minute touch for the fourth and final rotation. Michigan State's on ball, Stanford on bars, Utah is on beam, and Alabama will finish on floor. Claim your seats today to witness the magic in person as the 2022 NCAA National Champions are crowned in Fort Worth. Join us April 14th and 16th at Dickies Arena for the 2022 NCAA National Collegiate Women's Gymnastics Championships. Tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster.
We're back at the Alaska Airlines Arena in Seattle for the final rotation of the final regional final. This is a lot of finals, and we'll find out the final two teams who make it through to the national championship here at the end of this rotation. I'm Bart Connor along with Kathy Johnson-Clark, and in that rotation, Kathy, Alabama surged into the lead after just crushing beam, and it looks like both Alabama and Utah have distanced themselves from the field.
I am smiling so big, and I did all the way throughout their beam routine. They were so, beam rotation. I was so happy to see them stay calm, cool, collected, and aggressive on beam. So they put on a clinic there. And Utah, wow, they are just putting up some great highlights as well. The whole meet is fantastic.
Let's take a look at some highlights from the rotation number 3.
Alabama rock solid from first routine up with Ella Burgess. What a lead-off performer she has been. Shania Adams showing off perfectly straight legs. And another fantastic routine. Lily Hudson. Again, such calm, cool, collected routines all the way through the lineup. And Utah swinging big. Grace McCallum, what a routine. Hit every single handstand, every transition. Wowed us from start to finish. And fought for the landing, 995. And Crystal Issa, the heart of this Utah team, the happiest gymnast on the planet, comes up with a stuck landing. And Michigan State, wow, what can you say about Skylar Schulte? She can perform to the max. They all put a smile on Mike Rowe's face that has not left.
So here we are now after 3 rotations. Alabama moved into the lead by .05 over Utah, who had led after the first 2 rotations. Alabama simply crushed Beam, and you see some of the career highs there for all of the teams. Now, Utah is going to go to the Beam, where they're the #1 team in the nation, but they're not lower than the top 6 in any of the events. Yesterday, Kathy, Utah 49.7 on Beam, and that's where they're headed now.
Well, and they've probably even heard that Florida threw down the gauntlet during their regional with an outstanding balance beam performance. So I'm sure they're going to want to one-up them if they can.
So at the end of this rotation, we'll know the final 2 teams that advance right now in the driver's seat, the Crimson Tide and the Utah Red Rocks. Michigan State, a little over 2/10 behind in 3rd. And a little more than 2/10 behind them is Stanford.
I just love that we are seeing a preview of what is to come at Nationals, and it's going to be a battle of the beams because we have some great balance beam teams, and Utah right now is ranked above everyone. Emily Morgan with the triple series, 2 back handsprings, layout step out, easy as can be.
So it's Utah in the beam in the bottom left. In your bottom right, it is Alabama on the floor. That's Shalyn Olson. Those 2 teams are in the lead right now. On the bars in your upper right, that was Grace Wagasback from Stanford. And Bailey Garcia will vault for Michigan State in the upper left.
We happen to have 2 Olympians performing side by side. Emily Morgan of Team GP and Shalyn Olson for Team Canada. What a routine to start them off. Front through the pike double back for Shalyn Olson on floor.
The upper right on bars, that's Taylor Lawson. Wagasback scored a 9.85 to lead off the Cardinal.
So far, so good on bars, just slight leg separation on those 2 flight transitions between the bars. Nice full pirouette. That's the way to do it, right on top of the bar. Just a hop on the landing.
Bailey Garcia for Michigan State on ball.
Big full. That was a huge and well-executed Yurchenko full with a great landing.
Having a little difficulty with our scoring bug on the screen, so we apologize to those following here. We'll do our best to keep you updated with the scores. On the bottom right, Shalyn Olson for Alabama got a 9.925 to lead them off. This is Griffin James, second up for the Crimson Tide in the bottom right.
Solid from Adrian Randall on beam.
Emily Morgan led off Utah with a 9.9 on beam. That's bottom left corner. Upper left corner, this is Lauren Shue coming after Bailey Garcia, got a 9.9 for Michigan State.
Oh! Unfortunately landed really short on the ball. Beautiful. Full twisting back handspring swing down on balance beam.
The upper right corner, Madison Brunette for Stanford. There's 2 scores are 9.85 and 9.825 so far on bars.
Adrian Randall finishing on beam for Utah, while Griffin James goes into her final tumbling run. Tough double back, great control. Alabama off to a great start on floor. 9.925 for Shalyn Olsen in the #1 spot.
In the upper left for Michigan State, it will be Skyla Schulte. Lauren Schuh only a 9.225, so that would be the score they would hope to drop. Remember, you count the best 5 out of 6 towards the team total. Brennan Nault in the upper right will be next to go for Stanford on the bars.
Skyla Schulte with another Yurchenko full. That's exactly what Michigan State need. They all do full, so they're all 9.95 start values. So it's so important for them to get the sticks on the landing.
Lexi Birch now for Utah. Their first 2 scores, Amelie Morgan 9.9, Adrienne Randall 9.85.
Emily Gaskins getting ready to go on floor exercise for Alabama. Wow, solid on balance beam.
Emily Gaskins on floor after Griffin James got the second straight 9.925 for Alabama.
Emily opens with the double layout. Big lift. That's the best double layout I have seen her do all season. And they're
like we're getting our scores back up on the screen. Quick reminder that, remember, Alabama had the lead coming into this rotation, followed by Utah. But Utah is only 0.225 ahead of Michigan State for that all-important second spot. Remember, the top 2 from this competition punch their ticket to Fort Worth, Texas.
Emily Gaskins finishing her routine with a front through to a double back. Another high tumbling pass.
And the final vaulter for Michigan State, Gabrielle Stephen.
Wow.
They had one low score over there for Michigan State, the 9.225, but Schulte had a 9.9, Hoflick a 9.85, and expect a good score for Stephen. On bars, Kyla Bryant from Stanford.
Wow, knocking it out of the park. Michigan State on vault. Huge scores for them.
Gabrielle Stephen, their anchor vaulter, a 9.9, so they had 3 9.9s and 2 9.85s that will count towards Michigan State's team score. So that will be their score, 197.65. You see that on the right. That is their team score. Will it be enough to surpass Utah or Alabama? Remember, just the top 2 make it into the NCAA championships. Alabama had the lead by just 5 100s coming into this 4th and final rotation.
And Alabama just notched a 9.95 with Emily Gaskins' routine. It was a beauty.
This is Cam Machado.
Double back.
On bars for Stanford, their final performer, that is Chloe Widner, after Kyla Bryant got another 9.85 for them.
Beautiful extension on the leaps.
Crystal Issa mounting the beam uniquely for Utah here in the bottom left.
In a pressure situation here. They have a fall before her.
Lexi Birch had only a 9.175, so Utah needs to hit these final 3 beam routines. We already know what Michigan State has, a 197.65, one of their best scores in program history.
Triple series, no problem. Strong routine again for Alabama. With the stakes so high, the arena loud, 4 events going on at the same time, and following a fall on beam. Crystal Issa is doing a superb job getting them right back on track. That is clutch.
Michigan State did what they needed to do on vault. 3 9.9s and 2 9.85s in that final rotation. One of the best scores in program history, 197.65. Stanford with 197.25 will finish in 4th here. We have to wait for the floor and beam routines to see if Alabama and Utah can remain in those 2 spots and hold off a very impressive Michigan State team today. Lily Hudson now on floor. Cam Machado before her. Another 9.9 for Alabama. They have been lights out this entire region.
Lily Hudson opens. Oh, step out of bounds. 10th of a point there. So the highest she can score is a 9.9. Difficult pass coming up for her second pass. It's a 2.5 twist.
Kara Aker mounts the beam, the freshman Olympian for Utah, and they need another hit routine.
Oh, nailed that landing. Kara Aker is extraordinarily beautiful and precise on this event. Every piece of this choreography is so well put together, well performed.
2-time world champion, is a member of the U.S. team. 2-time beam finalist at the World Championships.
She has just a gorgeous beam presence. Side aerial to lay out, step out, as difficult as it gets in college gymnastics on beam, and she does it effortlessly. I love how dramatically Grace Aker performs on balance beam. Everything is fully extended, fully performed, chest up high, up on high toe.
Score is in for her teammate Crystal Issa, 9.975.
And this is superb. Chef's kiss.
All right, the score in now for Lily Hudson for Alabama is a 9.7, Kathy.
Here's the one deduction they have to take. She steps out of bounds, so it's a 10th of a point for the step out of bounds, and also for the little stutter step will be at least another half 10.
Lexi Graber, the former national champion on this event, will anchor the Crimson Tide.
And what an anchor she is. There really aren't enough superlatives for her performance quality here, and the amplitude on her tumbling. Look at the landing. Wow. Miley O'Keefe trying to shut everything out and breathe focus on what is her absolutely best event, balance beam.
And as it turns out, Miley O'Keefe from Utah will need one of the best routines of her life, because Michigan State, with that 197.65, is a program record for the Spartans. And with the fall for Utah earlier in the lineup, get this, folks, Kara Aker just got a 10 for Utah. So Miley O'Keefe coming after a 10, while Lexi Graber finishes up on floor for Alabama. What a finish here.
Wow, pike double back, perfect control. Phenomenal finish for Lexi Graber and Alabama on floor. And Miley, who can be absolutely sublime on this event, but the pressure is as real as it gets. Side aerial to lay out, step out, effortless, smooth, perfection.
Kathy, 9.5 or more will allow Utah to advance and surpass Michigan State here in this final routine. So O'Keefe, who is superb here, she just needs to hit this routine.
She is literally breathing confidence into every move, every arm, every hand gesture, every movement of each foot is precise, clean, absolutely perfect. She needs this dismount, cat leap to the side, aerial, layout full, and nails it. That is nerves of steel, ice water in her veins, squared.
Wow, the junior from Las Vegas with enormous pressure.
Her absolute best, and she was.
What a moment for the Red Rocks. And you can see Mike Rowe, Michigan State on the left there, acknowledging that Michigan State, the best score in their school history. I'm sure they're enormously proud, but Utah, enough in the final performance to surge ahead of the Spartans with their second perfect 10 in a row after Kara Aker got the 10. Miley O'Keefe, all she needed was a 9.5 or better. And what an encore performance under enormous pressure for Utah, Kathy.
I gotta try to breathe here. I think I did every single bit of that routine.
Wow. Kathy, we're going to let you catch your breath.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll come back and wrap this one up. What a thriller here for the final regional championship of this year. 2 perfect 10s for Kara Aker and Miley O'Keefe to wrap this one up. We're back at the Alaska Airlines Arena to wrap this one up here. The final regional championship of 2022, and what a thriller we had here tonight, coming down to Utah and Alabama advancing, but it was not an easy one, was it, Kathy?
Oh my gosh. All I can say is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I don't have any more superlatives to describe the competition we just witnessed. Wow.
Well, the team champions tonight, Utah Red Rock with a 198-2. That's the best score in program history in the postseason for Utah. Tom, you have taken over a storied program, and perhaps you've even taken it to another level. What were you most impressed with your team tonight?
You know, I got to give all the credit to the athletes, and one thing that we really mentioned was total team effort, and really proud of them. Everybody came out here, and you know, right from the warm-ups, and I think I mentioned this earlier, poor you guys, you have to see me twice, was the focus that they had, and I could feel it on the bus ride over, and they followed through, and we not without a couple of hiccups, but they fought through the whole night, so proud of all of them.
So, Tom, we know your energy level. How in the world are you sounding so calm right now?
You know, being balanced beam, I've got to bring it down a notch too. You know, the intricate events, you know, the coaches got to bring it down and just kind of get in their little zen moments, and it was wonderful, and really proud of the athletes. Like I said, all the credit goes to them.
How about those two perfect 10s at the end of beam?
Not too shabby, huh? Couple of well, and the thing is with both of them, and many people know, those are world-class beam workers, and so it really showed up. And I think Kara inspired Miley, and Miley inspires Kara, and they're training partners, and so you know that's a pretty good thing when that's your sparring partner.
Congratulations, Tom, and we'll see you down in Fort Worth in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. Go Utes.
All right, here are those two perfect 10s, Kathy. We've talked about the sublime quality to those two gymnasts in particular. I don't think there's any team in the country that has, as Tom mentioned, two world-class beam performers at the end of their lineup.
Without a doubt. It gets me so exciting seeing these highlights again, because we are setting up perhaps one of the most amazing Battle of the Beams at Nationals that you will ever see. What tremendous grace under pressure, perfection under pressure.
All right, we're joined by now the junior from Las Vegas, Miley O'Keefe. Miley, did you know what you needed to secure the win going into that last beam routine?
I didn't know an exact score. I just know I needed to stay on the beams.
You did way more than just stay on the beam, and I even mentioned I could see you breathing confidence into every single move you made. Can you walk us through any of the cue thoughts that you remember from that routine?
Yeah, I mean, I was shaking before I started, honestly. I might have looked confident, but I was fairly nervous. I have my keywords for every skill, and I just used them as much as I could and breathed when I could and tried to stay calm.
You and Kara are training partners, and she went right before you with a 10. Did you work something out with her that said, hey, if you go, I'm going?
You know,
10.
I didn't even know she scored a 10, but when I got my 10 and I walked over and I saw her crying, I assumed she got a 10 too, and I'm so proud of her. It's an amazing accomplishment.
Well, what a special moment for both of you.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. We'll see you in a couple of weeks in Fort Worth. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. See you then.
All right, so let's take a look at the Seattle Regional. We just punched the final two tickets into the NCAA championship. Alabama and Utah were expected to advance from this regional, but what drama it took to get there. Both teams, the best scores in NCAA postseason history, and they'll take that momentum into Fort Worth, Texas a couple of weeks from now and compete for a national championship. Take a look at some of the highlights of the Crimson Tide. This whole weekend, Kathy, they have been just superb the entire time.
Of all of the teams that we saw compete, they were probably the most confident in every single routine, every rotation, every event. You could tell this team was so well prepared to handle anything that got thrown at them. and came up with spectacular performances.
All right, we're going to get a chance to talk with their head coach, Dana Duckworth. Dana, since we saw you Thursday, it was just like, you know, put your foot on the gas and keep your head down and keep going. This year, you had to depend on your team depth, and I know that's something that's very important to you.
Unbelievably important. It's something that we built at the very beginning and just wanted the ladies to know that no matter what happened, no matter what event took place, that someone was ready to step in, that they would have faith and confidence, that they were prepared, and they would go out there and execute to the best of their abilities under the bright lights. I can't even describe how proud I am. These women were warriors. They came in here to fight for everything. They never gave up, and it was just one hit after another. And no, we still weren't perfect and have more in the tank, but like the confidence we saw on vault is what we needed. The building of beam and then to rock floor like that and still have more in the tank. Like, I am so beyond just impressed.
And the way you finished this off, because you were so consistent all the way through, but on floor, all of those routines really shined. What is this going to do for you going into training as you prepare for nationals?
The bar has been set very high. We recognize that every single team that's going to be at the national championship is a championship team. And so you're going to have to believe, you're going to have to sell it, you're going to have to own it, and you're just going to have to be able to go out there and absolutely be free. And you do that by what you do in the gym. And so we're going to have a long trip back. We're going to get some rest and recovery, and then we're going to just go for everything we possibly can for the next couple days until we meet in Fort Worth.
You said your team motto this year was TKO, Total Knockout. Congratulations on doing just that.
And they were a TKO, Total Knockout, and Roll Tide. Thank you, guys. See you in Fort Worth.
All right, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Roll Tide.
So we're looking forward to those national championships, and ESPN has you covered for the entire weekend. Michigan is the defending champion, has been ranked in the top 3 all season. National runner-up Oklahoma will be hungry for another title as well. Or will Florida return to the top of the podium for the first time since 2015? Now on Thursday, April 14th, the top 8 teams in the country will compete in the semifinals at 1 and 6 Eastern on ESPN2. Then the top 2 teams in each semi will advance to the championship on Saturday, April 16th at 1 Eastern, and that's going to be on ABC. So here are the final 8 teams that will qualify to the NCAA championships. Those are the 2 semifinal sessions. The one at 1 o'clock will be Oklahoma, Alabama, Minnesota, and Utah. And then Florida, Missouri, Auburn, and Michigan. From each of those quad meets, just the top 2 will advance to the national championship on April 16th. So here are the projected individuals who will also advance to the nationals. Now these are athletes that were the top all-arounder or individual event specialist at the regionals that were not on an advancing teams. So we're seeing a lot of schools here that, of course, we don't see them often, although UCLA was shocked in their regional in the East Coast this weekend by missing out on a team bid to the championship by 25 thousandths of a point. And they were beat out by Missouri, who had the best meet of their year and one of the best years of their season. All right, so it was a great competition here. Kathy, your final thoughts as we get ready to wrap it up from Seattle.
Well, I finally come down off the ceiling, landed in my chair. What a thriller this was. I said it was going to be magical, and I think it was.
So those are the teams that advance to the national semifinals. Coverage will begin on Thursday, April 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. And don't miss the year's championship on April 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern on ABC. For Kathy Johnson-Clark, I'm Bart Connor, and for our entire crew at ESPN, thanks for watching So Long from Seattle.